Hello guys, Jason here with Storytime Tarot Tales. Let's see, which part shall we start with today? Let's go back to our wonderful thief who is heading for that Arctic Iceland from the Hidden Mountain Valley. Just gonna whip some cards out. Oh, hey. Lake. That's not so good. How am I going to work that in? Alright, I got it. Okay. So our thief is heading to the Hidden Mountain Valley because we're headed toward that Arctic Iceland where we heard about that oak grove for the elementals. As he left the Hidden Mountain Valley, was passing through the forest toward the Arctic wasteland or Iceland, Arctic Iceland, he came across a lake. Next to the lake was a brothel. So our thief stops into the brothel, not to take any services, mind you, but rather to inquire if anybody knew what direction the oak grove where the elementals was. Well, it was a brothel, so nobody knew, and quite frankly, they didn't care. But they did know about a magic oracle. Now, the magic oracle just might know how to get to the Arctic Iceland. Using my Earth Wisdom deck. Clear aura. Our thief knew their intentions were good. And he had a few coins, so he paid them for their information. And again headed out into the forest toward the magic oracle. So we have creativity, and we have truth. The truth of the matter is he needed to get on the road. He knew that. He knew the truth that he gotta go. Time to go. So he had to get creative on how to get out of there. Right at the moment that he had that need for the creativity, our little yellow canary joined us, flew in the window and started flying around the room, creating commotion. Our thief was able to gently capture the yellow canary and walk toward the door. At which point, it was only a step away from being on the trail again. And so, our thief is now headed to the magic oracle to find out where on the Arctic Iceland our elementals might be. So Timba is sitting at the sorcerer's coven. The sorcerer that has now taken her on as an apprentice has shown her a very, very small room next to his. Very crammed, cluttered. There's mops and there's cleaning buckets and different items in this closet, if you will. It's so small it may have actually been a closet. But there was a bed set up in the far top corner, and there was enough space to stow any kind of gear that she might have under the bed or on a shelf up above the bed. And so, in the morning, our sorcerer came to Timba's room of creation. The sorcerer knocked on the door. Timba opened the door. The sorcerer stepped in immediately. A thin man, but still large enough he could fill pretty much the doorway. And he said to Timba, "Okay, Timba, today we need to create for you a book of shadows to begin your journey on this sorcerer's process. Please keep in mind, Timba, that by the end of this process, you're going to take your Book of Shadows and burn it. Because at the end of this, you'll no longer need those lessons. But we need to start the process of building your journal, your Book of Shadows. So, they begin the creation process. Now, the sorcerer said to Timba, "It's infinite support, openness, presence." Triple I. So the sorcerer says to Timba, Timba, my name is Mim, but I would like it if you would refer to me as Sir or Sorcerer. But my name is Mim. Timba was quite ecstatic that a syllable in the name was similar to hers. She was happy about that. And somehow she knew that the choice that she had made would bring this infinite support, this openness, this presence into her life. For whatever reason, she didn't feel that the witches had good intention. Some of the other girls that had laughed in some ways at this awkward witch standing in their sorcerer's den were now very jealous of Timba, because Timba had somehow fallen into this wonderful apprenticeship with Mim, who was pretty much the top sorcerer around. There was a master, however, many people didn't see him very often. He was always busy with his studies, and whatever sorcery he was working was more important. So Mim and Timba started to gather the necessary materials. I got Pachamama, which is Mother Earth. I got water. Mim found some paper. There was some natural parchment paper. There was some other paper that had been treated with wax. It had a spell cast over it. Mim offered her the two choices. Timba, looking inside herself, feeling energy, put out her hand over the two stacks of paper. As she put her hands out over the two stacks of paper, the natural parchment that had been untreated and was just plain really drew her to what she really wanted. So she was drawn to that natural paper. She didn't know it, but at that moment, Mother Earth was reaching up inside of her spirit, leading her to choose that parchment paper. Mim explained to her that the water would be a problem. She needed to protect this paper because until she finished her training, there was a possibility that any kind of water would completely destroy it. She may have to start all over again. Timba took this into consideration. And so she decided that she was going to A, get a good leather binding for her Book of Shadows, and also to get a leather wrap to cover it. Hunter. She knew she'd be able to get skins from the hunter just outside the coven. He had a small cabin dug out not too far from the coven. He wasn't worried about the sorcerers, and the sorcerers weren't really worried about him. He was there trapping and hunting, and occasionally he'd bring game to the sorcerers for food, or perhaps if he needed healing from a wound of some sort. Keep in mind the sorcerer's coven had space for all types of sorcerers, be it light sorcerers, dark sorcerers, necromancers, all kinds of odd sorceries and enchantments. Because it was the coven, it was kind of the sorcerer's school. And again, there are many different branches and different types of sorcery. Some are forbidden and obviously buried in a deep dark dungeon at the bottom. But that's another story another time. Timba knew that she needed to speak with the hunter. And so she set out from the sorcerer's coven to the hunter to acquire some leather for this Book of Shadows that she was making. Aurelle, over here on the Isle of the Amazons, was busy training. Very busy training. Ooh, hey, that's nice. We have sanctuary. Aurelle knew she was safe in a sanctuary. She knew she was guarded, protected. So she was able to follow her passion in training with the Amazons. Split the deck. Patience. Wyndahl had plenty of patience. Not a problem. He was at the spa. The Amazons adored Wyndahl. And Wyndahl was able to help out with a few chores here and there. Nothing too serious, but maybe an Amazon needed her to go to the mainland or somewhere else, perhaps. Didn't matter. He was happy to take the flight, go for the journey. Again, because basically when he got back, he got brushed, fed, loved on, adored. The Amazons truly loved Wyndahl. And he loved them as well. Split the deck again. I got intuition. Wyndahl's intuition knew something was up. He could sense that there were a coven of witches off somewhere, plotting and scheming. Something was off, and Wyndahl knew it. Again, Wyndahl's a unicorn. He's tapped in. He's, right there on the edge of spirit, basically. Wyndahl knew that something was off. His intuition was tingling. All right, we're going to leave it right there for this episode 5, I believe. I would love it if you would like, subscribe, share my video. It's a different concept. It's a different different way of reading tarot cards for sure. And again, I'm still developing it. So I thank you. Please like, subscribe, and share, and we will see you on the next episode of Aurelle.